Okay, sure.
All right. So is it visible to you, the notes, whatever I'm typing here?
Yeah.
Okay. So today is class 1. We'll be talking about Salesforce and terminologies in the Salesforce and what is classic, lightning, and all the basic things about apps. We'll be talking about all of this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what is Salesforce? We know that what is Salesforce. It's a CRM,
Yeah.
customer relationship management. Okay. You can always give your feedback if I'm too slow, if I'm too faster, and so Karthik, can you teach like a little bit slower or not, whatever, you can give your feedback. Okay, I don't mind. Okay, it's all your time, and you came here for learning. Okay, all right. So, all right. So this is about the Salesforce. We have been talking about the Salesforce as customer relationship management. Okay, and what do they do? They're providing the customer relationship managements hosted on their cloud environment. Okay,
Mm.
they have various cloud products. Like we know that what is cloud? It's all hosted in the cloud environment, meaning it's all hosted with the shared resources. Okay, so we already gave the example of like what is shared resources. Like they'll be using one database for various users and
Multi-tenant.
multi-tenant environment. Correct. Multi-tenant environment. Okay. And they can share the resources and all those things. Like it could be even the database, it could be the shared file systems, it could be the the memory usage. So all those things, we already in the demo class we have gone through the example of being in an apartment, having many homes. Each of the homes, think of your account, individual account, and you can share the common resources, which are the memory, file system, database, like using the pipeline or using the elevators, using the hallways, those kind of things. Okay. And so this, I mean, I don't want to get into the waste time in getting into the history of Salesforce, who started, Mark Benioff, and he was from Hawaii and all those things. Okay, it's of no use. All right. So what are the cloud products that they have been? What are the cloud products that they have been offering? Okay.
SaaS Empire.
Yeah. So they have been providing. So it's like, so there are like they're providing like when we say SaaS, what is SaaS?
System.
No, when we say SaaS, it's like a software as a service.
Okay.
They are providing like the whole software, whatever they are having. They are providing like whatever the software as the Salesforce software, they're providing as a service. Okay, like if somebody is providing you the Amazon hosting, like the cloud hosting, they will call it as infrastructure as a service. Okay, here, okay, this is like a software as a service. Okay, here in Salesforce, it's called PaaS, right? It's like they're providing the entire platform. That's called platform as a service. They're providing the service with the entire platform, meaning various cloud products, analytics, infrastructure. You don't have to do anything at all. All you have to do is to create a login with the Salesforce. For the enterprise customers, they have to purchase the various cloud products or the various licenses. Okay, let's see, like so now, are you clear with what is SaaS and what is PaaS now?
Yes.
Okay, so what are the cloud products that Salesforce is offering? Like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Health Cloud, Community Cloud, Marketing Cloud, Integration Cloud. Okay, so with top of it, they are providing like a lot more services like analytics, Einstein, all those things, Heroku, and all this. Okay, we'll come back to that later. Like we already know, like whenever you're going and providing your product to whenever you want to promote your product, that's where you're using the marketing, right? That's where you're using the marketing cloud. Like for example, you want to go and promote your products in the campaigns, in the you want to create a campaigns. For example, you create a campaign and you collect the information from them. In that way, you can just make a generate a lead, and then you can create a contact. So by going to the campaigns, for example, you go to the conference, you meet a lot of people, you share your business cards, right? So in that way, so in that way, you'll be able to be in touch with more people, right? You get more contacts, and then finally, when the contacts are trying to buy your products, they become the accounts to you, right?
Yes.
So like this is all about like how does the marketing cycle works. Like even after you get the accounts, you want to sell your products, whatever the products you have. So you'll be using your sales cloud products. Okay, when we're talking about the sales cloud products, you'll be having like, okay, I'm having a piece of iPhone, I'm going to take it to the market. Okay, or I'm having a MacBook, I go to the college now, all the universities, all the libraries, they all started using the MacBooks. So I go and sell the new MacBook version. What do? We take the MacBook and we go to them and we give a demo to them, right? And then we will be looking for the opportunity, like, okay, so what are the opportunities that we will get? And these opportunities, when we say the opportunities, that has a different cycles, and we until we close the deal. For example, like, hey, we'll be starting off with the demo, and then we'll be talking about like, okay, come on guys, come on over, we'll think about it, and then we'll discuss about like, how much of budget we need to allocate, right? So like, what is the value, or what are the benefits we are going to achieve if you're going to buy the MacBook from Apple, right? And okay, so those are all like, there are like various stages, like, the value proposition, or like, when we're talking about the opportunities, I'll talk in detail what are the various things that we can do it in the opportunities. Okay, so but before I jump on in showing you like, what is the admin, what is the developer kind of thing, I want to give you a feel of what is Salesforce, what is CRM, who are they, where are they hosted, and what type of service they provide, and what type of various cloud products they have. So I just want to give you the overall idea about the Salesforce. Okay,
Okay.
does it sounds good?
Yes.
All right. So when we're talking about like sales cloud, you get the opportunity, and then so you create your own accounts, right? When we these objects will be, when we say like accounts, these are all like objects. We'll come back to that objects later. So this will be shared between the various cloud products. Okay. So and then like, there are also like sales process that will be like, considered as like a various sales process. It's not like immediately they will buy the product, right? For in order to approve the budget, they might be having like various process to go through, or various workflow cycles. So it has to go through this person, and then from that person to that, like little in the hierarchy, it has to go upper level to get the approval and all that, because it's money related thing. When you're going to buy something, you need to get the approval, right?
Yes.
So that involves like, the process flow. I'd say like, workflow, or process flow, or process builder. So these are all the terminologies that you'll be seeing in the day-to-day Salesforce life. I just don't want you to just be surprised when you're looking at those terminologies. As soon as you log into the Salesforce, you'll get to know, oh, okay, Karthik taught all these things, and we discussed about it, and this is what it is used. So you should be able to connect the dots. Okay.
Okay.
So and then once you sell the products, remember you are just you said that you sold your products, MacBook, to the colleges. Okay. After that, they'll be raising your tickets, they'll be raising their queries and everything. You have to provide them the continuous support. Okay. So that is what it is called as the service cloud, right? So example, you take anything, like if you have an Oracle product, or if you have an Amazon product, if you have like eBay, anything, they all have the customer service, right? Why do they have the customer service? They'll have to keep engaged with the customer. If you just sell your product, and then if you just if you're gone, then you will not be able to run your business, correct?
Hmm.
So you'll have to be
Definitely.
engaged with your customer. How do we engage with your customer? By providing a service to them. What type of service?
Hmm.
It really depends on the business. Like, what type of service you see. Think about Apple. They have the Apple Store. In the Apple Store, it doesn't mean that they're going to just sell the products. They are having a Genius bar, and they have where they will get the people into the table and hear to their problem, and they will collect their products, and they will provide the solutions. They will do the repair, all sort of things, right?
Hmm.
It's like providing this service. So that is what the Service Cloud will do, right? For example, like, that's where the case comes. It could be the case for anything, right? When you call Amazon, like tell them, hey, my product is damaged. It's a case for them, right? They will give you the case ID, right?
Hmm.
So that's called the case. Like, for example, you purchased a um, iPhone from the Amazon, right? Okay, and it is damaged. Okay, you call Amazon,
Hmm.
and then you tell that, okay, so they will be having a separate people. They'll be having a different people to deal with different things, because think about it, everything cannot go to everybody, or everything cannot go to one person. For example, like, you will be the representative who is in the electronics department can help you. Even in the big company like Amazon, they may be having a separate group of people who can deal with the iPhone. Whenever there is a problem with their iPhone, if somebody is calling, then there will be a separate group of people. And I don't want to send the call to that guy related to the kids stuff. Like, if I bought a kids stuff like diaper, and I'm calling, or like about the toys, I'm calling in for Amazon. They don't want to send me to the iPhone guys. They will not be able to help me out, correct?
Yes.
So that's where it comes like a queue. When the case comes in, we have to put it in the queue, and then we have to process the queue, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So all of these things are like, all of the service related stuff, whatever we can do. It could be like, case escalations. When you're talking about the case objects, I'll teach you about like what are the things that are related to the case escalations. And we can define several rules, like, workflow rule. Like, for example, if workflow rule, if somebody is calling, and if they are calling about the iPhone, get into this queue, iPhone queue. That is your rule that you can define in Salesforce, right?
Okay. Hmm.
So these are all the various things, the services that we can provide. Like, when we're talking about this community cloud, right? Like, okay,
Hmm.
why do we need the community cloud? Now the whole world, the entire world is becoming social, right? I mean, who doesn't have the Facebook account? Who doesn't have the Twitter account? Or like, who doesn't have Instagram, right? So more than that, they want to provide, the Salesforce itself want to provide a similar kind of social platform within their platform, within the Salesforce, right? For example,
Hmm.
you are using the Salesforce, and Salesforce is like, you are like 1,000 people who get, in a company, and then everybody who are using the Salesforce. Okay,
Hmm.
within your team, if you want to chat yourself, you can do it with the chatter.
Okay.
There is a concept called chatter. You can just chat between the team members using the chatter. Okay, which means that it helps you to collaborate with the people. It helps to communicate with the people. It helps to be engaged with the people. So those are the things, like, what is that the social media platform does? The social media platform does, like, I mean, so it keeps the people engaged, and then it gets the people connected. It keeps the people connected between each other, right? So
Yes.
the whole idea about the community cloud is about, like, okay, how you can be connected with your peers. When you say peers, it could be co-workers, or it could be a customer, it could be anybody, like whoever is in the same platform. When I say, like, platform, in the Salesforce world, they all called us org. They called us org. Hey, can you look at your developer org? That's what they will say. Can you look at your sandbox org? Can you look at your production log, production org, or like sandbox org, anything like that? Okay, we'll come back to that, and I'll tell you, like, okay, what are the different licenses available, what are the different versions of software that you can get enrolled. Like, they have the developer edition, but the developer edition, the enterprise company is not going to use it, right?
Okay.
We'll come back to that later, and I'll tell you, like, what are the various editions that is available as part of the Salesforce, and how it is all utilized in the real world. Okay, so when you're talking about the community cloud, it's like a chatter, and you can have your own post. You can post your stuff. The same thing what we do in Facebook. What we do, like we do post our, we do tweet or we do post our messages, right? And you can have your blog post. You can done your blog post, or like you can have your own comments to be, or you can have your own comments to be entered. All these things you can do with the community cloud. Okay. Is it all clear so far?
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, cool. And then the next one is the integration cloud, right? Okay, so when you're talking about the integration cloud, there are like various real-time scenarios. For example, I'm working in a company, the financial company, okay, and they do even have the financial cloud. Like I'm working for the financial company, and say for example, I want to have all my stock informations to be displayed in my dashboard in the Salesforce. Okay, so or I want to display all the press releases that are getting released from the stock exchange site. I have to be in my dashboard. Okay, how do I do that? I don't manage those content in my database, right? It's all from the external services. We have like like a New York Stock Exchange, and we have like NASDAQ site, or like even we can even display our company's news information from the Yahoo Finance. Yahoo has its own financial site, right?
Yes.
So if you want to get think of this scenario, think of this real-time example. I was working for one of the healthcare company, like hospital, and they have the informations from the insurance company. For example, I as a patient, I go to hospital and I give my insurance card. They look the ID, okay, and then they will go and they knew that okay, this guy is having like so and so insurance. It could be Aetna insurance, or it could be Humana insurance, or it could be Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance. It doesn't matter, but they are not the same, right? Each might provide a different services. Like if I have Aetna, I might get a better deal with the hospital. If I have something like wow insurance, or like some fundamental basic insurance, I might not be getting a good deal because I'm not paying much of a subscription, or I'm not paying a premium, right? So by looking at that data in Salesforce system, the hospital representative go and see like okay, so this insurance is there, and what is all these guys are providing. In that case, your system needs to be integrated with your external partners, right? So how do we, okay, you buy a medicine from CVS pharmacy, or you buy a medicine from Walgreens pharmacy. You take your insurance. You go and tell them that, no, okay, this is my insurance card. Okay. And they will tell you that, oh, okay, your insurance pays like $110 and you have to pay like $30, right? Yeah. How do they know that the insurance is paying $110? It's all integrated. On demand, they will pass the code. Hey, this is the insurance ID provider, insurance ID patient code, and this is the medicine code, and give me the code, how much you will pay. The rest of it, that patient has to pay, right? How the communication happens, the external communications happens through the integration process, right? Yeah. So those are all the things, like for example, even within the Salesforce, we might be, I built a solution, like, we'll be having like the intranet. Intranet means it's like between the company, within the company, okay, within the company. And it's about the employee portal. Every employee will have their own login, and they can log in and they can see their own portal, okay, and they can even see their pay stubs, paychecks, and everything, okay. So, but the payroll system is not inside the Salesforce. Salesforce is not doing the payroll systems. It's an external system. We just provide the employee ID and pull all those informations from the external system and then display them in the Salesforce. Okay. How does all these things happens? Because they have the out-of-box APIs using the integration cloud. Like even if you want to integrate or if you want to serve your data from Salesforce, you could do, or if you want to consume the data from the external services, you can do that. Is it all clear?
Yes.
All right. Like this is basically, we'll be talking about like REST APIs, integration to the external systems, all that. Okay. And then, like the financial cloud is more of the banking oriented. How the banking system works and what are all the operations that are involved with the banking. And so all of these inbuilt functionalities or the workflow process that whatever you can have related to the banking system is all there related to the financial cloud. Okay.
Is it same related as integration cloud? Like even we take it from different.
Can you repeat your question again?
Like is a financial cloud is same as a integration cloud? Like as you said, we'll take from the external. So
Yeah. It's a part of it. It's a part of it. So it will be taken from the external sources, as well as we can even define our own own out-of-box functionality that is available as Salesforce, available within the Salesforce. Does it make sense?
yes.
Okay. I mean, there will be like, even you can even customize it, or you can even use the out-of-box functionalities, or it can even it's all combined together. It's not like we'll be always using only the functionality from the Salesforce. We will customize it, or we will use the external services by calling the integration cloud, or we can even use the out-of-box functionality, or we will enhance it with our custom solutions. So everything is coming together as like, we'll be having a products. So for any questions?
No.
Okay. Now you know what is all about Salesforce, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I don't want to just, I always go through these notes when I take the classes. So you can even just, review this, or like, by looking at this, you can recall all the memory or all the discussions that we have. Okay. And also I literally do the hands-on. Okay. Now it's time to see how the Salesforce looks like. All right. Do you have a Salesforce account?
No.
Okay, that's fine. I want you to go and create the Salesforce account. Okay. It's so simple. You go to this URL, like developer.salesforce.com. Okay. When you go to the developer.salesforce.com, you can do the sign up. You click on this and you go to the sign up, and then you provide your first name, last name, and all the company. You just provide like dummy information. You don't have to provide like, you can provide your Gmail address, and then they will send you the email, and you have to activate your account.
Okay.
Okay. Once you activate your account, you should be able to access the developer account. You will get access to the developer account. Okay. Can you make sure that you do this, because whatever that you're getting is the developer edition.
Okay.
Okay. And it's fully featured with the Lightning platform, and it's free. You don't have to pay anything. Okay, so the URL is like developer.salesforce.com. All right. So now let's see, like, once you log in, this is how you're going to see. Okay. Now let's spend some time in looking at the terminologies. Okay. The first thing is, once you click on here, you'll be able to see your name, and then this is your account information. Okay. And remember, the Salesforce has two different versions, or views, or the two different products. Okay. Two different release, I would say. In terms of, they do the release like, every winter, summer, and everything, but the major product, okay, they're offering like two product components, two different product. Classic and
Lightning.
Lightning. Okay. So when you go here, you can always switch to the classic from here. Switch to the classic version. The one thing is like, okay, how do you switch to the classic? What is the difference between the classic and the lightning? That will be the basic question. Okay. So not really the major difference in terms of the functionality. The thing is that the classic has been built with the older style of UI framework. Older style of UI framework. The classic has been built with the older style of the UI framework. Okay.
Mm.
Meaning, like remember in those days we used to have like HTML, some JavaScripts, and uh, just CSS kind of thing. Remember these days the whole UI platform. When I say UI, do you know what is mean by UI?
User interface.
Yes, interface, which is nothing but the front end, right? It's nothing but the front end frameworks. Okay. So, like after the UI framework has been evolved, we have a lot of UI frameworks, the modern frameworks, like modern UI frameworks like React, Angular, all those things. Okay, like even the Ajax, all those things. Okay, but when the Salesforce was built, it was originally built based on the simple JavaScript and CSS, and that's why they have it as a classic version of the Salesforce. Once the Lightning came, they renamed the Salesforce UI as the older version, which is nothing but the um, classic and the Lightning. Okay. For example, as soon as I log in here, you see this is the user and this is the home, right?
Okay.
This is just a single page application. You see everything is a single page application. You can literally see only the single page. Okay. Whereas if you switch to the Lightning, you can switch to the Lightning from here. There will be a link here where you can go and click on it, and then you can switch to the Lightning. Okay. In the switch, when I switch to the Lightning, if I look at my home page, see, these are all like a component based, the individual components, today's events, today's task, recent records, all those things you see here. These are all the component based. You can build your own component and you can plug it in here, or you can delete the existing component, or like you can even customize the existing component, whatever you have it here. Okay, so you can do all sort of things as a component based. Now we're able to get the feel of difference between the classic and the Lightning, but the content is all going to be the same. The content is all going to be the same in terms of uh, getting the data from the Salesforce database. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
there's no difference in that.
But
The only, yeah, go ahead.
Lightning is more easy to work.
Yeah, Lightning is more intuitive.
Mm.
When you say more than easy, like in the technical terms, it's more intuitive. Intuitive means it's user friendly.
User friendly. Yeah. Okay,
It's more user friendly because it's all component based. Every single thing. If you see the menu, home, opportunities, leads, and everything, like you can see it here, and here you can switch the applications. You are on the sales app and you are on the service app and everything. The same thing. If you go to the classic, you can do the same thing with the menu and all these things. Okay, you should be able to see the menu, but you are on the content. Let's go to the sales. You see all these things here. You look at this version of looking at this list, or else looking at it like this. Which one which one is more intuitive and more fancy? But the content is all same. Service
okay.
cloud, marketing cloud, community, sales cloud, and all that. So when I'm looking at the sales, I get all these menus, right? But when I'm switching to the classic, see here, Same thing.
Okay.
Display all of these menus. Okay.
Yeah.
So only the UI is changed. The same sort of things that you can see everything even when you're switching to the classic. Okay. The only thing is that they are putting it in a nicer way of displaying the content. It's more UI friendly, and then it's more presentable. It's more intuitive.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
So that's the difference between the Salesforce Classic and the Lightning.
Right.
Then, okay. So now we learned about some terminologies. You know what is Classic. You know what is Lightning. You know how to create your account. You know how to log in. Okay. These are the user informations. Okay. And now this is called the app launcher. This icons you see, that's called the app launcher. When they say so you can see the app launcher here. Okay. Like you can literally launch your app. These are all the lightning applications that are these are all the lightning applications that are available. Okay. These are all the lightning applications that is available.
Okay.
So you can create your own application, or you can switch to any application. Say for example you are in the sales app now, and if you want to switch to service, you can click on these applications, and then you should be able to click on the service.
Okay.
You should be able to work on a service application.
Mm.
So that is called the app launcher. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
And then there is one more thing called okay, when you see the app launcher, do you see the visit app exchange? You can search your apps from here, from the app launcher, and these are all the uh, apps whatever you have. And these are nothing but all the objects that are related to the org. Okay, if I'm in the developer org, these are all the objects that is available. It could be accounts, or even you can go the app launcher from here. When you click on the app launcher, you can even see it here. So this is like a shortcut links. Okay.
Oh, okay.
When I say like leads, remember we talked about the leads, we talked about campaigns. When you click on the campaigns, you can go and see the campaign page like this. Okay.
Mm. Yeah.
All right. Any questions so far? So,
Oh no.
okay. In this class, our goal was to learn about what is Salesforce and the Salesforce terminologies, classic, lightning, apps, and all that. Okay. Now,
Okay.
if you create your own account, you'll be able to log into the Salesforce, and whatever we discussed today, you'll be able to go and see okay, so these are all the objects, and this is the classic, and this is the lightning, and all that. Okay.
Okay.
So when you're talking about app launcher, do you see this app exchange?
Mm.
This app exchange is nothing but the marketplace where you can purchase or where you can share your applications. This is something similar to the Play
Apple.
Store or
Yeah.
App Store app. What do? You can go and download your applications. You can go and download your whatever applications that you want in the mobile. It could be free, or if it costs money, you have to pay some money and then buy the apps, right?
Yes.
The same way, this is called the Salesforce marketplace. There might be an interview question, they may be asking, they'll provide a scenario, hey, what do you do? What kind of solution you can provide? Okay, the one of the option would be okay, I want to build this solution and it's going to cost me like $200,000. And if the solution is already built as part of the app exchange, and if it is available for $10,000, I can go and buy that for $10,000 and I will use it. That will be the wise idea, right?
Mm.
So this is the number one business marketplace. These are all the apps that is available.
Yeah.
You can go and search like various integrations. For example, shift type. That's one of the integrations that I'm working on right now. That's the Elastic Search. See here, shift type search for Salesforce. So we have some complex search functionalities. Um, uh, if I'm going to build that is going to take like 6 months, like 5 resources, and instead I could just buy them and then integrate it. That's what I'm doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's like a marketplace for the Salesforce. That's called the App Exchange, and it's been integrated to the Salesforce. Does it make sense?
Yes, yes.
Sure. So, for any questions?
No.
Okay. So there are like a lot of applications that is available, tons and tons of applications that is available as part of the App Exchange, where you can go and buy it. Or there are a lot of software things that is also in the open source software or the applications that is available, readily available, where you can install and then you can work on it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. The next thing that I want to share is this is called the dashboard, right?
Mm.
As soon
Okay.
as you log in, whatever you see it in the home, that's called the dashboard.
Mm.
Okay. And these are all the tabs. Okay. You can
Okay.
search. You can search against the objects here, or you can search against all the objects within your org. You can search something for all the org. Okay. For example, if you search for that particular user, the user is available here. Okay.
Mm.
This is what I was talking about. Like share an update. Like
Yeah.
the community cloud related stuff. Polling.
Community cloud.
Yeah, it's like a polling, or if you want to have any questions, or if you want to have any chatter, all those things you can have it. We'll be talking about in detail. Okay.
Okay.
So that's about the dashboard. Like every applications will have their own dashboard. As soon as they log in, they can even log into the dashboard. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk about like okay. So if you see it here, these are called the global actions button. Okay. These are called the
Okay.
shortcuts. Shortcuts global actions. If you want to, there are like a lot of customer service, right? Customer service people, if they want to just create a new case or like new lead, they can just quickly go here and create it right here.
Okay.
Okay. So who is the contact person, subject, what is the description about the case and all that.
Okay.
If they want to create a new lead, or if they want their customer their customer service attending the call, they can log a call. What is the subject of the call and what is related to, what is the name of the call, and you can relate it to this account. You can connect the account. Okay.
Okay.
So this is called the global actions. Okay. You can even customize these global actions. You can have your own functionality here. Okay, but this is just the out of box one, the global actions. Okay. And this is nothing but a help icon. If you want to just get started with any resources, if you want to search for any resources, you can find, and then you can read about this is the video that is available, and like whatever, if you want to learn about the lightning experience, you can just click here, and then it's like a 3 minutes videos, and it's about uh, the tutorial. Basically it's like the help tutorial, or a guide, I would say. It's about the guide that guides you through how you can utilize their products and their solutions or their features. Okay. Right, this guy is called the gear icon. Gear, this is what is more
Okay.
important. Okay. All right. So far, are you all clear with what is Salesforce? What are the products that are available, hosted in the cloud, Classic, Lightning, Dashboard, App Exchange, App Launcher,
Yeah.
various applications? How do you search? What is the org? You can create your own developer org. All of this, were able to follow me so far.
Yes.
Yes, my training, my kind of training is like not like I won't be keep telling the same thing, and I also don't waste time. I just keep up the context and make sure that every single minute or every single hour that we are getting trained or we are discussing will be useful. Everything will be new. Okay.
Okay.
So now you should have the confidence of creating the account and logging in and then looking around, see like what's going on with the Salesforce, right?
Yes.
Awesome. And then uh, this is the gear icon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is what it is called as the
Get it.
setup gear icon, which is called the setup.
Okay.
This is where most of the part administrator will spend time as an admin. Okay,
Okay.
click here, you can create the setup. Okay,
Mm.
service has their own setup. We'll be talking about all these things later. Let's go to the setup. This is where most of the administrators will be spending time. Then, so today is like all about the Salesforce and everything we learned. And moving forward, when we are talking about the administration, we'll be talking about all of these stuffs, right? What the administrator can do, how the users can be managed within the Salesforce, how the data can be managed within the Salesforce, what are the platform tools that is available.
Mhm.
Okay, and so the development and all, it's like a developer related thing. We won't be doing that, but I will still explain you what are the things and what are the settings that administrator will be doing it. Okay, so these are all the admin. Like for example, right? This is over the internet. It's hosted in the cloud. Like your company is giving Sai as a Sai Kiran, right?
Yes.
They are giving Sai Kiran an account. You don't want to
Mm.
share your account to the people in India and then they logging in. As an admin, you have to restrict that, right?
Okay. Privacy settings.
Second, sorry.
Like a privacy setting.
Yeah, privacy settings, security settings. And we don't want to have your account to be accessed anywhere outside your office or uh, outside the region where you are. You can still restrict. Administrator can do it, right?
Okay.
So that what I'll be talking about, like in the next class, what is the administrator, what are the roles of the administrator, and what are the administrator can do and everything.
Okay.
Okay, how to in terms of security, in terms of data designing, data modeling, so all those things we'll be talking about it. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is what mostly the administrator will spend time. Okay, like
Mm.
what is object manager, how the objects can be created. So when I click on the object manager, you see all of these are the objects. Account, I have told you campaign,
Yeah.
I talked about
Okay.
your account contact, I talked about you the lead, when you generate the lead.
Mm.
I talked to you about the user itself is an object. Okay,
Okay.
so this developer editions can have maximum of 2 users. They don't allow more than 2 users in the developer org.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's spend 5 minutes since it's a first class. We give you a feedback about like how did the class go. Were you able to get the feel of what is Salesforce and everything? Are you getting the confidence? And is there anything that you need to change in terms of getting trained?
Nothing. It's good. Like I feel like you're teaching. I can
Second,
understand
sorry.
it. I can understand everything. Like
Okay,
it's
I'm not
it's
going too faster.
no, no.
Okay, at the same time, I'm not wasting time. I'm just making sure that everything is utilized every single time, every single discussion or every single minute in the meeting will be utilized. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So you can go and create a developer account, and then you can create. And the next class, now you know what are the terminologies of the Salesforce, right?
Yes.
And so this is the dashboard for the administration. You can see all these administrations. Now you know how to switch to the administrations. Okay, this gear icon and then setup will take you to the administration.
Administration.
Yeah. Even you can do the same thing, like when you want to switch to the classic, you can even click here. Now you know how to switch to the classic version.
Mm.
There are few trainers who will be training the Salesforce, taking the Salesforce class. They will not even show you the lightning until like 10-15 classes. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
because they do not show like what is the lightning. Lightning will be like showing the lightning will be a different course or different class lightning course, they'll say, but I don't do that. Okay. All
Okay.
right. So here, if you see here, the same thing, like as a setup, you can go and click here on the setup
Setup. Okay.
in the classic, and then you can see how to manage the users. This is here, it's very clear. Administrator, as an administrator, you'll be managing the users, you'll be managing the apps, you'll be doing all of these things. So the next class, we'll talk about administrator, what the administrator role in the company, what the administrator will do, and how can we do, and then we'll go one topic after another. The next 10 classes I'll be taking only related to the administration.
Okay.
I mean, we'll be able to wind up this course in 30 classes. Okay.
Okay. Like a whole course or this just this?
No, the whole course,
Okay.
like 30 classes, 30 hours close, 30 hours course. Okay.
Okay.
With that, you'll be able to be like administrator as well as you can do the development also.
Okay. I have a question. Like in developer thing, what programming language we gonna use?
There's a programming language called Apex.
Okay. Mhm.
We'll be using the Apex language.
Okay.
And for the Lightning, there are they introduced recently about the framework, the Aura components or the Lightning web component. You'll be using that, but
Okay.
those are based out of the UI related things, JavaScripts and everything. But the main programming language is Apex.
Apex. Okay.
It's a Java based. If you are you aware of Java?
Yeah, a bit, but not too much.
Okay, I
Not
will
that.
teach you. I'll teach you in such a way that you are very familiar. So the development I'll take it a little slower, and then I'll teach you how you can start your programming. You can even literally start coding. Okay,
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
cool. All right, thanks. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
So,
we'll meet in the next class.
yeah. So when is the next class? Is it tomorrow?
Next class, I will let you know if tomorrow. If not tomorrow, we'll meet on Saturday morning.
Okay.
Saturday morning. It's just it's not a group, right? You're just you and me. So I'll text you like this, and then we can jump on a call or we can jump on a meeting.
Oh,
Just availability.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll have it on Saturday. Okay. But I mean, you
Okay.
can feel free to tell me that, hey, I think I'm not available this time. You can tell. I don't mind. Okay.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
Okay. Cool. So it's
So
like,
is it
yeah, go ahead.
if you're free on Saturday? Like can we make it on Saturday? Like from it 11 o'clock like that? Like it's 8 to morning. Okay.
11 sometime in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Probably we'll try to make it around okay. Is it possible to make it around around like 12ish or 1 o'clock? Are you available?
Yeah. 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 Sure.
Okay. Yeah. We'll do that. No problem. Okay.
Like I feel like Saturday 8 is too morning, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. No, let's not do Saturday 8 because, we'll be having the weekends and then we have to take some sleep and everything. Okay. We'll do it sometime mid in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
day. Okay.
Okay, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Good.
Thanks. Thanks. Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll just forward my email. Put to my email address.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you.